kids, go get your Pop-Tart. Hey, kids, go get your yogurt. Hey, kids, go get your donut early in the morning. Time for Miss Aimee Sunday morning. Time for Miss Aimee Sunday morning. Time for Miss Aimee Sunday morning. Morning show for children. Ha 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 ha!
That's fine. Good morning and welcome to Mrs. Aimee's Sunday morning show. This is our third week in our Lenten series, and this week we will be talking about giving. Remember, Lent is a time for us to be thoughtful and reflective, and we can do that by three major themes: praying, giving, and sacrificing. This week we have a great question from our friend Molly. Molly, tell us your question about giving.
Hey, Miss Aimee, I was wondering how kids can give to the church if they don't have a lot of money.
Molly, thank you so much. That's a great question. I'm so glad that we are going to be able to answer that today.
The act of giving can mean more than one thing. We can give monetarily, which is a fancy way of saying give money, but we can also give of our time. When you are a kid, it can be hard to do either of those things. I think it's safe to say that you don't have a steady income except for maybe financial gifts from your grandparents or the tooth fairy. And when it comes to your time, that is almost always decided by your grown-ups. Why is giving important? When we give, whether our time or money, it is called generosity or being generous. When we are generous, we share what we have. Think back to a time when someone shared with you or you shared a toy with a friend. Sharing is a nice feeling. When we share what we have, we help those in need. Even though money is hard to come by when you're a kid, that doesn't mean that you can't be generous. You can always go through your closet and your toy shelf to remove items that you no longer need. You can pass these along to someone who needs them. Being generous can warm your heart, but it is even more fun when you can do it together. With your family, you can set aside money that you would otherwise spend on going to a movie, out to dinner, or to buy a new toy, and put that money towards a charity that is feeding or clothing the homeless. Together with family is the best way to be generous with your time. Together, you can work in a community garden, help out at the animal shelter, or together support a ministry at our church. So many fun opportunities when we work together. Tonight, before you go to bed, sit down with your grown-ups and come up with a giving plan together. Jesus asks us to love one another, and we can do that with our generosity and giving.
I hope that answers all of your questions about giving, and I'm so glad that you've joined us. Next week, we will be talking about sacrificing. I hope you have a wonderful week. Don't forget to send in your questions for the morning show, and I will see you next week.